Yo ho 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 ho! What's going on? So I figured it's been a long week and I've been putting off a whole bunch of stuff. So um, it's been a long couple weeks actually, but so far this week's been really good. But I wanted to screw around inside of Reason a little bit and do some things I've been putting off for a while, mostly pertaining to like some like rock stuff and there'll be some vocal editing. There will probably end up being some like sound design stuff like that because I like doing that stuff. So cool. It looks like I'm live. Let's check sound. Awesome. I hear everything. Cool. All right. Let's listen down to this. This is like a metal step song, mostly metal, but I think it's gonna go dubstep like right around, like right in here somewhere. So let's like check it out. Need to add like something in here. I don't know what yet though. All right. First and foremost, these two scream layers right here. They are off. So like this one starts ahead, that as you can see from the waveforms, and we need to edit that into like something that makes a bit more sense. Um, or maybe this one. Okay, so I don't really want to warp this, but I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna bring you forward a little bit. You're like dead on, so I'm gonna leave you there. Let's bring you back a hair, and then you are really late because I believe he tried to da da da. So like just straight quarter notes or something like that. Either quarter or eighth, I don't know. Music theory stuff. But I want these to be lined up.
How's it of you from where you stand? The tables have turned. Too bad you fell off the earth.
Cool, that works.
How's it of you from where you stand? The tables have turned. Too bad you fell off the earth. Fascinated by your lack of heart. Built you up just to watch you fall.
And then it kind of like breaks down here. Yeah, so okay, a couple things here. I need to get like some like good like chuggies to go along with the some like decent chuggies to go along with the drums there. So I'm just gonna chop some out and do some editing stuff. FYI, editing is the worst. If you didn't know that, so like I work in a recording studio as like my day job, and a lot of times I have to edit stuff, and it sucks. I'm not going to lie, it blows. It is boring as all hell. But the results make it worth it. Like you end up with like if you've got like a what's it called, drummer who's kind of rough around the edges, and you go through and you like edit his performance to be baller, then you end up with a phenomenal product that makes it so worth it. It's just getting to that point that is super brutal. So I guess like this is like less editing and more like I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, yeah, this is editing because I'm still trying to like basically fix stuff. Not like half the time editing is just fixing things. So like drum editing, that'd be like if you had like a drummer who was not the tightest in the world. What goes on here? Okay, I'll do you guys too. You guys will work. And the rest of these are going to be non-existent now. So you go away, you go away. I'm just going to use those two chugs to go back and forth. Yes, it does sound manufactured, but guess what? We have technology, so why not use the technology? It's here for us to use. It's just a tool. Oh, no purist saying, oh, you didn't actually play it in. I don't care. All right, so let's see here. That's going to work. Ideally, when you're working with like electric guitar like this, you're probably going to want a DI track and to like kind of follow along as well. I really hope that those things are actually doing double chugs. Yeah, that works. All right, so where's my kick drum? There we go. You there. Is that right? Duggan, 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 dun, dun. And we're just going to like jump back and forth. Make it a little smaller. That way you can see the kick drums up here with the with like what's going on with these. If I wasn't super lazy, I'd just bring like the drum track down here. That way I can see what's going on better. But now this should kind of line up now. Oh, I need one more over there though too. Duggan, duggan. Right there, yeah. Let me bring that in. And you know what? It might be fun to like build this up here a little bit more. Oh, that would be the glitch plugin, which is super fun. So okay, where was I at here? How does this go? What about duggan, 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 digga, digga, dun, duggan, oh, snap. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do this up here, I think. So I know we're probably going to want that because that just helps with like the intensity of the hits. And I want these to be a little faster. Oh, well, that'll help. And I'll do it on these two, actually, yeah, at 30 seconds notes. But not that high. I want these down. Like, adding the kick drum underneath just adds a little bit more power to it, I guess. And then on that last one, we're going to have a full... Did I do a reverse cymbal somewhere? Or a reverse drum sound somewhere? Oh, that's right, because I just did the little... I use that in almost every single like rock track that I do, like the snare and the floor tom, with like all that rim sound, like just like oh crap, I lost my spot. Maybe on like a more of a rim chop thing. But if you do that like that there, I think I want that one. Like this is like a nice chunky hit. And the floor tom hangs on for a while, so it makes like a really nice I don't know, like just a nice like low tail swell in type of thing. So yeah, I just did that, bounced it in place. Let's line this up. I do not want the super initial hit there. I just want like probably that. That'll probably work. And then I want right here to go dubstep. And oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I really like that. That's like this is just these are just me plugging in my guitar. But it was kind of a cool glitch thing, and I think you know that I like glitch things. I generally just like really freaking hectic music. Oh, geez, I don't know. Cool. I did make a Kong here, and I threw in a couple things. Cool, because we're gonna like totally switch up this. So like this is like I used my template for this song when I wrote it. So like I got on my mastering chain here. I'll explain this at some point. I got my sidechain ghost thing, and this is my typical drum Kong here. But in this case, I use it for some more like effect drums. This with like a delay, some reverb. Was it a ping pong thing? Some distortion probably. Oh, a bandpass filter. Cool. Yeah. So I had to make another one, and it feels so weird to like now I have to like look like up here. So like for my snare drum, it's coming through there. I'm definitely gonna want a this thing, scream, But I don't want the speed all the way up because that's just like a little bit too sizzly there. We are in need of some hi-hats. Let's grab some simple ones from like, I don't know. Where is that one? That's the one I like, Damned. I should like it. I've got it saved in my thing. This is the only outside pack that I have on the side here. Mostly just because I've used it forever and I know like which ones I like in it. I think I might switch it up this time. I typically go for like the real like the really noisy hats, but I think I want to do some stuff that's a little bit tighter this time. Maybe something like that. It's got a bunch of low end in it though that I don't like. Filter you out. Goodbye. And also raises the volume for whatever reason. Yeah, there's just a slight variation between them. And we'll use this guy as like our super tight one. This also has like some weird low end in it that I don't want in there. Oh, I think that'll be cool. Turn you down a little bit more. And some cymbals. Let's jump over to... Where are my drums? D-Rock drums. D-Rock cymbals. That's nice. Let's sort this by like... That's a nice one. It's just really long though. Pitch you up. Yeah. Actually, this is like my typical like dubstep cymbal setup here, with a crash, a china, and then a little splash. Because like this will be on the downbeat, this will be riding like quarter or eighth notes, and then this is like my filler. every now and again, typically at like the end of bars or something like that. So let's give ourselves a drum beat. Let's give ourselves some lanes first. There we go. I'll see how far you fall. Bam. And dump. Oh, I'm at 30-second notes. Jeez. It's weird. It's weird working in such a small increment like that sometimes. Wow, I can't do math. I guess I am tired today. Let's see here. Something like that, I think. Right? Bum, bum. Bum, ch, bum. Bap. Okay, I bet that'll be cool. Oh, no, I did not want that. I want that. Cap, bum. I see bum, cap, bum, cap, bum, cap, bum, cap. That works. All right, let's get some hi-hats in here. Let's start with that pattern. You are way too loud. And too high-pitched, too. That's nicer, I think. Yeah, now let's add in some, like, little ghosties here. The last ones are going to be a little bit quieter, though. Cool, that's kind of a thing, I think. Oh, you know what? This will be kind of fun. I haven't done this in a while. This little trick. Brr-bap. And then I don't want that because there's no like hit there to like pull it in. Cool. I'd say that's a pretty simple, that's a decent hi-hat beat to do. So like that's kind of a cool method there that I don't know if you picked up on exactly what I was doing, but I started with a simple loop of just boom, 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 boom. Didn't even add that one in yet. Then I copied that over here. Then I added the variation of those two, which ended up kind of being the same for that. For these four. And then copied that whole thing over to here, and then added the more variation with these two and lowering the volume there. So now I've got a two bar hat loop that like changes throughout and keeps on evolving, which I think is really, really, really important within music, to just keep it moving forward and keep it evolving in some way. Because if I just did like, that's going to be boring as all fucking shit. So no, don't do that. Keep it evolving. But we went even further and we copy and pasted that over here and changed it up some more by removing the little hit that used to be right there. A four bar hat loop, the length of our main drum loop, that evolves the entire time. So it's not just a static, boring thing. Which I just think it's super important with music to have it change and evolve. All right, cymbals. I want 16th notes again. You right away there. You there. Might be cool. Like I said, the splash ends up being the accent symbol. I might just accent the upbeats, actually. think I want one more cymbal, actually, to round it off. Something a little higher than that splash. Dunk-a-bunk-kink. Like that. Okay, that thing is obnoxious right now. Cool. So my crash is the loudest, followed by those two, and that guy's the little quiet one. Sweet. Now we got ourselves a drum beat. That'll build up. Dun, 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 dun. That right? And let's make a little glitch here. Brrr. This is like probably one of the harder things about combining dubstep and like metal stuff is that I tend to have a lot more high end in all my dubstep stuff because it's all synthetic, so it's like it's just weirder. I don't know. Okay, let's do side chain stuff here. Basses. I think I started a bass right here. You know what? I don't think I want to dive into that quite just yet. I want to open up another file. Because I have other things to work on as well. Fire. So this is like another rock song that I did. Since I started doing the recording studio stuff, I started playing guitar again and doing a lot more rock stuff. So deal with all my rock music. I'm sorry. You're probably here for the dubstep sound design, but we're doing some rock music today. And drinking seltzer. So now with this one, I haven't listened to this mix in a while.
You've made it a point to tell me you think it's what I deserve, but all your words fall on deaf ears and I'm blind to your whole world. I've been unchanging while you've been just grasping on the hope maybe I could fit your own mold.
So I know the part that I really gotta edit is the chorus still.
Hold my feet to the fire, I'm burning. Keep my head underwater, still breathing. I know you wanted to change me, but face facts, you know I'm still the old me.
Harmonies are too loud. So here are my overly tuned vocals right here, if you're curious about that.
Hold my feet to the fire, I'm burning. Keep my head underwater, still breathing. I know you wanted to change me, but face facts, you know I'm still the old me. Hold my feet to
so Change Me is a little funky.
I know you wanted to change me. Change me. You wanted to change me. Wanted to change me.
Yeah, it's super tuned. I'm not lying.
I know you wanted to change me.
Oh, it's me. Okay. All right, that's what it is right there. Oh, no, not that slice. So I need to bump that thing back. That's what's making Change sound weird, is because that is not in... That is not at the correct spot. So that's a little better. So now... balls. That one. You... Like I said, editing's fun. Ha! That one was already pretty close, if I remember, actually. This one could use some movement, though. I have to move you a little bit, too, because I don't want to stretch that one out too much. All right, let's see. Yeah, that works. All right. Now I get to copy and paste this over here because this chorus is exactly the same.
Hold my feet to the fire, I'm burning. Keep my head under water, still breathing. I know you wanted to change me. But face back, you know I'm still the OP. Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out to the ledge and I'm breaking. I know you thought you could change me.
Once again right there. I gotta fix that one.
You could change me. You could change me.
So me has to hit right there. Holy balls, there's some information there. You just bump you over a little bit. We'll have change end on that, I guess, 16th note, and me start there. So something like that. Maybe add one like right there-ish so I can pull you back a little farther. Yeah, I think that's okay. Good news is that I only have to I don't have to copy and paste this section because this is the only time that this section like this actually happens. Oh, that's a wicked late one there. That one's fucking us all up, I think. So you over there, I want to add a thing right there, and I want to pull you over farther, like right to there. And you're still a little late, but it's not that bad, I guess. But we should still probably move it, and actually based on where the thing made the cut, that's a little easier. So let's see how this sounds now instead. There's something funky about that. There's a weird type of thing going on.
I know you thought you could change me. Change me.
Which one is that in? It might be in the lead.
I know you thought you could change me.
Let's see here.
I know you thought you could change me.
It is, you son of a goober.
Change me. Change me.
I did like apparently when I sang it.
Could change me. You could change me.
All right, so this might be able to be fixed in here actually. So
change me.
if I just turned that block down,
Could change me.
it's not the best. You know,
Could change me.
did I scoop on the other ones too? I don't think I did.
Change me. Change me.
I did. I didn't break it out like I did on that one. So, how to fix that? Editing literally is just fixing problems. You know what? I don't care. It's close enough. And that is really freaking... That ends really early. I need you out here, dude. And you're really late. What's going on? I knew I did some editing to this. Apparently I was wicked lazy though. Okay. Slice. Cool. So that one's edited. I do still have to copy and paste this one over here. Like you. Ta-da. Let's see. So I gotta do that one. It is a different melody there, so I can't just copy and paste it. Because before it was na 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 na, and this one I re-sang it as na 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 na. Crap. Okay, so I know you thought you could. I know you thought you could change me, but face back, you know I'm still the old me. Oh, let's see here. I'm gonna listen back a little bit. Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out. Ooh, there's something weird on shaking. Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out to the ledge and I'm breaking. I know you thought you could change me. You're doing some wonkness right there. And yes, this is partially using your eyes as well as your ears. You are doing both with this. Like I said before, these are just tools. Make use of the tools how you want to make use of them, and that work for you. That give you the results you want. So, if you want to use Autotune for all this, be my guest, please. I know you thought you could change me. All right, so the me has to hit right there. So it's all just like, what, a couple milliseconds late. Hey, harmonies definitely are late. I'll make another thing just to pull you over a tad farther. So, like, if I was working in Pro Tools, for example, with this, I would not use their slicing algorithm. I'm not a fan of that slicing algorithm whatsoever. I think it sounds like complete and utter garbage. The reason one, and like, you know, I do this stuff for fun. So like making this kind of music, this is so I can listen back to it in my car and be like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then show my friends like, hey, look what I made. I figured out how to do gang vocals in my house. Which I'll show you those here in a minute, actually, because those were kind of fun. Ooh, and I'll show you how I did these harmonies, because I totally cheated, because I don't know how to sing harmonies. I mean, I really don't know how to sing in general. This is a lot of faking with software and just having a general idea of how to use the software to make it sound like I know what I'm doing. If you didn't know that already. Let's move you back there. This is just some eye editing now. So, all right, let's listen back from Hold a Gun. What is that? Hold a gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out to the ledge and I'm breaking. I know you thought you could change me, but face back, you know I'm still the old me. Told you there were some gang vocals in there. By themselves, they kind of sound gross, but I think mixed in, they don't sound half bad. And they're actually in the beginning as well. They come in. So they're just there kind of padding out, doing the overall melody, which for this section is something like this. Okay, so yeah, the gang vocals. These were just I recorded these in a different session to and then just imported them in. What did I do? I think I just dumped a bunch of. Oh wow, I guess I EQ'd the crap out of it. I know I EQ'd it in the session itself that I recorded these in. I rolled off a tiny bit of top end, and I put the reverb before the saturation because I wanted to accentuate this reverb and just kind of smush it all together. And then I'm cutting so much it's almost like I'm basically just turning down the volume at this point. But when I mixed this, oh god, well, I don't even know when I did this. 3 months ago, maybe. It was before quarantine. I know that. Yeah. Let's talk about harmonies because I always have fun with harmonies. No matter what song I'm working on, I kind of approach them pretty similarly. So here, like for the main chorus, I've got my vocal stack, which consists of 5 vocals. I've got my lead right here. I've got 2 copies of the lead. Well, I shouldn't say copies. 2 doubles of the lead. So let's just go through and kind of solo them one by one.
Hold my feet to the fire, I'm burning. Keep my head underwater, still breathing.
Doubles here.
Hold my feet to the fire, I'm burning. Keep my head underwater, still breathing.
So these, did I hard pan these? I don't remember. Let's see.
Feet to the fire, I'm burning.
Yes, I did. Okay.
Keep my head underwater, still.
So, wow, what was that?
Keep my head underwater, still breathing.
Okay, that was just a weird glitch inside the software. I don't care then. And then the harmonies right here, which are wicked tuned.
Hold my feet to the fire, I'm burning. Keep my head underwater, still breathing.
So the lead vocal is kind of doing is going through its own vocal bus. So I think I did some EQ on it here. Yeah, a de-esser. I end up using a lot of de-essers usually. And I don't know if there's any. Yeah, so there's a couple other small things that are going through this Vox bus. But just some cutting. This trick. Oh yeah, this is a cool thing to talk about. But yeah, compression, some more EQ, and then some verb. So compression, this thing. So this is a really cool combination to use. Works great on vocals. And I think you can use it on like other things. Actually, there's a track that I'm working on for work that has an acoustic guitar, and it's super dynamic. I did compress it on the way going in with a Manley ELOP, but it's a stereo miking. But I think what I want to do is I want to even out the whole thing, and this is a great way to even out vocals. And I'll find out tomorrow if it works for acoustic guitar. I just changed that crap. I'm guessing it's right around there. Sure. 3, 4. We'll do that. Okay, so we've got an 1176 followed by an LA2A, or well, the Native Instruments and then the Cakewalk version of those two. So if you're not familiar with these as like actual hardware units, these are the 1176 is a FET style compressor, so it's wicked fast. It doesn't have to look for anything. It doesn't have to wait for like a tube or anything like that. It's super fast. The LA2A on the other hand is an optical compressor, so it looks for like a beam of light, and that is what triggers the gain reduction for it. This is a much slower compressor compared to the 1176. So the idea behind this setup by having these two one after the other. The 1176, that's hitting all the big peaks in my voice, and it's just smacking them down. So I have the attack time as fast as it'll go. I got just a tiny bit of release. I do bet that was on 8-1 now that I think about it, because I just wanted to just tap down those peaks. And then the LA2A style compressor, That's just doing an overall vocal ride. That's kind of just leveling out the overall vocal volume throughout the entire thing. So I've got this as like the peak limiter that's just smacking down the spots that I get wicked loud really quickly, like if there's a mouth pop or there's something like that, a few other things. And then this is just giving the overall squeeze to the vocal to even out the volume of it. So yeah, that's a great vocal compression chain. So it's great to use two separate compressors, a fast one and a slow one, in order to do different elements of the job to achieve the effect you're looking for. So I keep saying talk about harmonies. Let's talk about harmonies because I think harmonies are wicked fun. Do I have like any? I didn't leave any out there. So let's grab you. So the way that I do harmonies, I don't know how to sing. I was never or I shouldn't say I can't hear harmonies. I know there's a lot of people that can hear harmonies great and they can just sing a third above it, a fifth above it, whatnot. What I do is I've got my vocal here. It's tuned.
Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out to the ledge and I'm breaking.
What I'll do is I will copy this to another track, open up the pitch mode, and I don't even know what key I'm in. Crap. But anyways, I'll select all. Let's see. I think that's my fifth. So am I in D major? So I'm in B minor. Yeah, that makes sense. So I will bring everything up like a third or a fifth. And then I'll start with that and then listen back.
Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out to the ledge and I'm breaking.
Obviously, that doesn't sound great. But then from this point, this is where I start tweaking.
Hold the gun.
So I think I want these notes there.
Hold the gun to my head and hold the gun to my head.
Yeah, so let's try that.
Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking.
Da 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 da.
And I'm shaking.
So yeah, I basically write out my harmony using the reason pitch edit mode. So I think it's
hold the gun to my head and I'm
probably
to my head and I'm
to my head.
To my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out.
I think I actually want pretty much all these.
Walk me out to the ledge. Walk me out to the ledge and out to the ledge and I'm breaking. Ledge and I'm breaking. I know you thought you could change me. I know you thought you could change me.
I think that's what I want there.
I know you thought you could change me.
Dun, dun, da, da.
You thought you could change me. But face facts, you know.
So yeah, then I just built my harmony with that. What am I doing? Yeah, too many different programs. I just did a Pro Tools hotkey and close the window. So
hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking. Walk me out to the ledge and I'm breaking. I know you thought you could change me.
And so with this, what I'll do is then I'll basically learn that part and then re-sing it on a new track. Obviously, that was wicked high for me, and I barely managed to make it work. But yeah, I make the harmony by going up a third or a fourth or something like that, and then learn that part as a completely separate part. I typically just mute the lead vocal and the doubles doing the main melody, and then just learn something new. And it kind of, I think it kind of works.
But face facts, you know I'm still the old me. Hold the gun to my head and I'm shaking.
I also tend tune harmonies really, really hard because they're harmonies. They're just filling in. They're building the chord off of your voice. So yeah, I got my vocal editing done. Oh, there was one spot in the bridge. Should I go real low here? Or real quiet, I should say.
So hold my feet to the fire I'm burning. Keep my head underwater, still breathing. I know you wanted to change me, but face back,
You're sharp.
face back,
Yeah, as you go up there.
face back,
Yep. Oh, nope, I want fine. And I'm gonna try to hard tune you.
face back, face back,
And you are what's kind of screwing me there.
face back, face back,
That's not doing what I want it to do.
face back,
I'm gonna delete that. So now when I go back to pitch edit, yep, that's all one thing. Let's correct that. And let's Oop, lost a spot.
face back, face back,
Oh, that sounds way better. I know in the old mix that I had, this was like up here.
face back,
And it wasn't that high, but it was bothering the hell out of me. But now I got that fixed.
I'm still the old me. Hold my feet.
Oh, is there anything else fun about this song? Guitars are wicked edited. There's not a ton of guitar actually. I just double track everything. So that was a little haha. You are causing issues. So can you just like go like away? No, you won't let me just pull you away. Really? Eat a bag of dicks, you son of a bitch. There we go. And I know I should crossfade and be a good audio engineer and do it like this. Ugh. That sounds better. So yeah, I double track all my guitars. And I use a Universal Audio console for it, and I just insert which one do I use usually? The Diesel Herbert. I forgot that they made the VH4 emulation. I need to play with that. We've got a VH4 in the studio that I work at, and it's killer. Split it. What did I say about split? Where was that? Well, what was I talking about when you asked when for the split thing? What was that? Yeah, remind me and I'll get back to it. But let's see here. So, yeah, guitars. I just double track them all. Yeah, there's my nice big octaves. And then the super clean, pretty guitars. Yeah, super pretty guitar stuff. Now that I hear it like that, it sounds really, really thin. But I think it's because I changed the bass up, I think, for this. Where's it? Where's the bass? Is it this? Yeah, so... Yeah, so the bass has like more forward and more pointed during the verse. I am using Superior Drummer. So what I got going on here? Yep, Superior Drummer. One of the metal ones. Just the Metal Easy X thing. I screwed with some of the presets a little bit. Nothing too major. 1176 dry up. Fast release, drums with a fast release, you need that. The attack, I dialed it in there for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. A lot of times I'll have the attack more over here for a really for a slower attack on drums. Guess on this track it worked right about there because I'm not going to change it.
A point to tell me.
All these that are bypassed, I've got them apparently on one that I'm not even using anymore. So I guess before I had this going. As like a little, just to like change up the drum sound during the verses. Instead, I guess I changed up the bass.
Doing what you're doing.
Oh, I have an idea. Going back to guitars, I am doing a thing with the reverb that was on the other channel that you saw, or the reverb that was in the rack up towards that stuff. So here's my guitar bus. See, it's going pre there. Let's jump back to the rack, up to the top. You go away. So this thing, cool. So it's just a reverb, nothing super special. Oh, no, you know what? I meant that in the other song, but yeah, you saw it in the other song. This is totally different, but it. Oh man, I'm tired. This is the same trick without the EQ, and basically what it's doing is the reverb is going. It's going in one way where left and right line up, but then I think they go back the other way. Yeah, so right goes to the left channel back in. So I'm doing that. That way the guitar throws from left to right or from right to left. So if you listen, like I'm only going to solo one guitar here. You can hear the verb for that guitar is over here, while on the other hand, for this guitar, it's over here. It helps like just kind of widen it overall. It's a kind of a neat trick. Somebody showed me that during a master class at one point, and I've adopted it. I'd like seen it a few times before, but then like I've really dove into that the past like year to do that kind of guitar widening on stuff like this. And I think the only other thing to talk about on this track is actually, you know what, let me see this bass thing. What am I doing here? I know I'm just bypassing a couple things. Let's see. What am I doing here? So that EQ. Okay, yeah, so I'm turning on that EQ right here, which is cutting out some low mids and then giving it a bump around 2K. So a 2K bump on a bass, that's where so much of the pointiness is in a bass. And like that the way that I always think of it is like a pop punk song. You've got your intro and you go into the verse, but the first verse the guitar isn't palm muting. It's just the vocals, the drums, and the bass. And you hear that like metallic point within the bass. That's right around that like 2K zone. And then apparently Mod looks like I'm turning on and off serum effects. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Probably just a little distortion. And I'm I'm high passing a little bit, just dropping out a bit of lows and cutting out some more mids there. So yes, this actually did what I wanted to talk about. As you can see, I really wanted that like point to pop out in this track. Did I do that anywhere else? Nope, just those ones. And then just some gain for whatever reason. I noticed this. I was writing an article on I think it was transition effects to spice up your music that can be found on the Sweetwater website, I believe. But I was and one of the ones that I was talking about was bass drops. Or like sub hits. So in this one, I've got sub hits on every major transition. They're not doing much. They're just doing a little bit there. Actually, I could probably turn that up. I noticed that in my car earlier that it wasn't totally slamming like I wanted it to. But I wanted to find good examples of bass drops in popular music. That way, people reading the article, when they came across some, the bass drop section, I wasn't just talking about straight metal the whole time. And so what these are doing, these are just adding impact to transition parts of the song. So here in the very intro, everything's very, very high pitched. There's this drum kit that apparently my keyboard doesn't want to work. But, it's more of a hip-hop-y drum kit. Some vocal chops. And then it goes into full. Then it goes into full guitar. And it says my live stream is offline. What did you do? Why? Streaming. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm assuming I'm going to come back here any second. It says I'm live. There we go. Now I'm back. Sweet. Sorry about that. So yeah, I was writing an article on transition effects. I was doing bass drops. I didn't want to alienate the majority of the population reading it by talking only about metal for bass drops and subhits. So I was trying to find another good example of it in popular, more rock music, because that's more of the audience for them. And so I ended up, I was scouring everywhere, and I came across Blink-182's Bored to Death. And I opened it up in Isotope RX's spectrum analysis, and I could see that during the choruses there were subhits, but they were so minimal you could barely even tell. But beyond that, what I saw was that during the verses, there wasn't anything below 60 hertz. So they were high passing the bass a little bit too, which is what I was kind of trying to do right here with this thing. So it's just changing it a little bit, but it makes those choruses just impact so much harder. Yeah, I wanted to do something kind of like that with this one. So I have bass drops at, let's see, I guess you would call it the big intro. For when big drums come in. In this here, in this little section. I could fit your I wanted just to keep bringing the energy down. My guess is actually that probably this 808 here is more than likely. I think it still probably has some of that wicked low end, but it's not as bad, and it just did some fun pitch. And that just follows the chord progression. But then once again, the overall energy goes down. There's just a nice sparkle. It's super auto-tuned and fun. But then it hits hard to get into the bass drop. Then the next one, I think, once again, going to the chorus. This time, rather than going to a full section that's way down, I just kind of strip out all the instruments at the very end of that of the verse. You think I'm backing down? It's time to stand my own ground. Hold my feet to the fire. And at that point, the bass is in full effect. I think I was trying to find a way to do a bass slide, but I couldn't figure out how to do it within the plugin the way that I wanted to. I guess I should just buy a bass. But then, I have to edit bass, and I already did that today, and I don't want to do more of it. And then, let's see, next bass drop. Yeah, the energy goes way down for the song. Back to those drums. do a down chorus thing, so it's just whispering the chorus, a whole bunch of effects and stuff like that. But then it comes back with another bass drop. And I think I was talking about evolution of a song earlier. For this one, like whenever I write the rock stuff, I always want to follow like the pop formula kind of, and like try and do something that could fit as like just you using those formulas that you find in pop music. So like intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, but the last chorus has to be bigger. So in this one, I kept those like oohs going through. So the oohs, actually the big gang vocals, only happen in the very beginning, during this quiet bridge. During the last chorus, they come up a little bit when it goes more instrumental than on the way out. But for this last chorus, I think I mentioned earlier, I did change up the melody for this part. So like first chorus is 8 bars. Second chorus is 16 bars. Third chorus, you could call it 16 bars, but with a different last 8 bars plus the addition of those oohs. And I think I may have. No, I did not. I wasn't sure if I had added another thing following the, like a synth or something like that, following the ooh melody up here. But they are going through the other one, so through the other 2 choruses. So you get the sense of those oohs being there without them actually being there. So that way, when it comes to the last one, there's a little bit more power going on. Yeah, I didn't intend this stream to be like a breakdown of the song. I hope somebody learned something. I never left. Oh, okay. Apparently on my phone it said that I was offline, so I was confused. But yeah, hopefully people learned something from this. I don't know what it might be. But yeah, learned something. Oh yeah, by the way, at some points I bought Faceplant, so expect like tutorials on that once I figure it out more. But it's wicked cool, and go support Kilohearts as a company because they kind of rock. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I think I'm gonna go eat dinner because I am starving. Y'all stay good and stay